Female techno producers like Charlotte De Witte, Amelie Lens, Deborah De Luca, Marika Rossa and others get a lot of hate. The word ghost producer is often dropped. I think they deserve more credit than given. Keep watching and find out why. Hi, this is Frederick from the techno label Detroit Berlin. In this episode I'll share my opinion on female versus male techno producers and why I think people should stop bashing DJs like Charlotte De Witte, Amelie Lens, Deborah De Luca, Marika Rossa and more. If you want to be notified when upcoming videos get published, please subscribe and hit the bell button. The tallest trees catch the most wind. No one gives a toss when an unknown female DJ producer releases a track, but when a beautiful, high-profile female DJ producer releases a track, it seems almost every unknown male producer feels the urge to expose this girl. The hate gets flowing because it's a girl, she's beautiful, she has reached a status the unknown male producer could only dream of. She just couldn't have made the track all by herself. I'm not even discussing the quality of the track because it seems to be totally irrelevant. Either way, male blood will boil. Let's switch genders and compare this scenario. When a well-known male DJ producer releases a track, the only thing that gets bashed is the track itself. But that's often because of personal taste or the person bashing just doesn't like this guy. No one cares if he had someone working on the track or, as I like to call it, co-producing. So, where does all this hate and envy come from? Is it the way males think of women not being capable enough when it comes to exercising a male-dominant professional hobby? Or is it the inability of males not accepting what they think is a male co-producer working for women? Don't get me wrong, I'm not trying to be feministic, I actually think feminists are the worst, but this aside, I really think there is something wrong with the way these guys bashing think about this subject. Let me explain and sum up some facts that will show these female DJ producers are doing nothing wrong even when they are working with co-producers and not shouting out loud about it. Creative control versus creative input. A co-producer might have creative input and make a difference in the creation of the release, but it's the artist that has the creative control. He or she decides and has last say in the production of the release. In this case, this is the most common case when it comes to music production. It's the artist's name on the release and the co-producer may be accredited in the details, but not necessarily show up on sites like Beatport and such. Sometimes this will happen and both artist and co-producer's names are displayed on the release. This is when the co-producer had creative control over the release. We then refer to the co-producer as an artist also. When we take a look at art, theater, films, games and other forms of artistic mediums, often there's multiple people working on these projects. While Dalí or Spielberg had creative control over their art and their work bears their name, it's common knowledge that Ali didn't draw all his paintings by himself but had a team working at his direction. Same with Spielberg, while he had creative control over his movies, he didn't hold every camera lens or operated the computers to do the editing. But he was there, directing and taking control. Let me share another example which should be fairly easy to understand. The way I interact with artists on the Detroit Berlin label is to provide feedback on the demos I see release potential in. If I like their track and I sign it, I might send them a little bit of feedback on which they can decide if they make changes to the track or not. When mixing and mastering their tracks, I might, in agreement with the artist, do some fine-tuning when needed or rebalance the dynamics. This could be viewed as a form of co-production, but I wouldn't want my name to be added onto their release, even not in the credentials or mentioned in the details. First of all, I don't try to have any major impact on the tracks or change its artistic direction. Second, because I think it's my duty to get the best out of the track's potential. And third, I don't want to draw any attention to myself or have recognition for putting a cherry on top of an already delightful pie. With authorship, it's not necessarily hard work that makes the project your own, but it's the artistic vision, the idea, the conceptualization that plays a big role in the ownership of rights. All in all, when a well-known female DJ producer has an idea for a track and outsources some work to get it at top level, this might be professional mixing and mastering, etc., she can rightfully claim it her own, and it shouldn't matter if she didn't do everything by herself. A cringeworthy and frequently misused term I hear when it comes to this female DJ producer bashing is the accusation of using a ghost producer. When using a ghost producer, the artist buys a track and puts his or her name on top of it, as if it was their own, but the artist doesn't have any creative control or input over the track or how it was made. It's only the act of choosing that particular track. Using a ghost producer made track is something awful. Accusing someone thereof is the biggest insult you could possibly give. It makes me sad so many people use this term to attack those who they envy or feel angry towards, because in their minds these producers are of lesser craftsmanship than themselves, but receive more acknowledgement. This is for sure a never-ending debate, so leave your thoughts in the comment section below, or do you have any questions about this topic? I'll be glad to answer them or do a follow-up video. More videos will follow soon, so if you're new to the channel, please feel free to hit that like button and subscribe. Thanks for watching.